Hello there everybody, thank you for tuning in again for some guitar picking. So today's lesson is something I get asked fairly often and I guess commented on is like, how do you sound so 80s? You know, obviously it's 2014, it's not 1985 anymore. Dang it. I wish that it was. But it's definitely a huge question, and there's quite a few different things that I think that people miss whenever they are trying to sound 80s. Like I play what I want to play, you know, what I enjoy the most. So I enjoy a lot of different styles, but 80s is definitely always going to be where my heart is, and just rock and roll and stuff like that. But so how do you sound 80s? And to me, the first answer is just like anything. What do you want to do if you want to speak Spanish or something? You learn the language. So to do that, you know, what you have to do is you have to listen to 80s music. And really listen to a lot of it. There were so many good players back then. You know, Paul Gilbert, Warren DeMartini, Vito Bratta, Red Beach, George Lynch. I mean, it just goes on forever through all the players. Key Marcello, so many I could name that I'm not even gonna try to get into all of them. That's just a few of them. Nino Betancourt, that's just a bunch of my favorites. But anyways, so you know, listen to it. Really listen to those guys, and most of all, listen to what they're really playing. Don't just learn solos. Learn their riffs. You know, I mean, I've spent just as much time learning my favorite guitar players' riffs, like. You know, really seeing what they're doing. I mean, Warren's such a cool, creative guy. What a sweet chord. And same with like George Lynch. What was it? Oh, you know, I got two Lynch songs mixed up. I think I was doing Wicked Sensation, yeah. Something like that. But you know, learn what they're doing with these chords, and it's really interesting, and you'll see that it's different than just your normal, you know, rap music, where there might be kind of like, I said, I love rock, but there's a difference between what I just played and then like China Grove, which I was just playing. So chords. So let's learn some 80s metal power chords. That's going to instantly make you sound more 80s. So we'll kind of do a typical one. We're going to go to the 7th fret on our A string, do an E5. So that's just going to be 7 on the A, and then 9 on the D. So to me, that's already just a power chord, and that can sound 80s. But how can we make it sound more 80s? I could go like this. Instantly it's more 80s. So what did I do there? I came back here, and what I'm doing is I'm flattening the 5th, so I'm still playing the normal power chord, but instead of that 9 on the D, I drop it back to 8. And it gives it this almost like darker sound, but it lends itself to 80s. Now if there's something else that I was doing there that I didn't mention, is the palm muting. And the 80s were big on this, just a straight palm mute, nothing like, you know, nothing like that, but just a straight kind of on like the lower strings. And you know, they do a lot of stuff like that. So that's just the first kind of idea. That's just simply dropping that note. Now let's stay in the same area, and let's change it again. Let's make it sound 80s in a different way. So there, what I'm doing is I'm raising that 5th. So I'm taking it up half a step this time and going from 7-9 to 7-10. 10 being on the D string. So now I've got a different kind of a power chord that's going to give us more of that 80s sound. And there's one more alteration that I'm going to show you here. There's a million of them I could show you. I'm just going to show you 3 of them right now. And that is, do a power chord again. This time what I'm going to do is I'm going to fret that 9 on the D string with my pinky, and then my pointer finger is still going to be at 7 on the A string. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my pointer finger back a fret and go from 7 to 6. And to me this is one of the most 80s things you can do. So there's some 80s chords for you. Now another thing that you can do with 80s is they definitely had a very trebly kind of sound to a lot of their riffs. So I did a power chord on the A string. Let's just drop our power chord down a string. I'm just doing normal power chords, but I'm on the D and G, which you're not really going to hear in metal too often. So we're going to go, let me think of a good riff. Well, let's do a riff combining what we just talked about. So what I'm doing there is I'm just doing basically a G power chord. And I'm playing 5th fret on the D string, which is our G note. Then I'm going to go to 7 on the G, which is our D note, so 1st, 5th. Then I'm dropping that 5th back a half step, so I'm going from 7 on the G to 6 on the G. Again, it's giving us that really nice 80s sound. And that's the way, I think that you can write a good 80s metal solo. So to sum everything up, listen to 80s, learn the rhythms and riffs, and then get to your solos, and you should have a very good understanding of 80s metal rock guitar. So that will be it. Thank you guys for watching.